This is a video that a few people that and watch covered. It's a viral video on Twitter. I can't find the name of or who to accredit it to. Kind of. I just wanted us to experience it, I guess. It's about struggling in America.
I don't know how any of you guys are going and going and going. I know you gotta be at the same level of mental health as me. Every day it's something new between the fucking news and the fucking stupid Biden and stupid Trump. And this country's fucked. Every day we're spending more and more money. None of us are getting ahead. The rich people are the ones that are fucking getting ahead. I'm tired of struggling. I've done everything I can. And I try to be a good man. I take care of my daughter. I take care of my wife. The best I can. I can't keep going. Every day it's something new. And then on top of that, as if you're not trying to spend money, you have to. Fucking everything's expensive. I own a painting company, I still can't fucking make it. I'm fucking trying, man. I can't look at my daughter and my wife and know I'm failing. I'm fucking Everybody wake up. It's time to stand up. It's time to be tired of this. It's our turn to fucking eat. I want to eat. I want my family to eat. I want you guys to eat. Stand up. Let's go. Stand up, man. Let's fucking eat. I'm tired. Let's help each other. I don't care what your political affiliation is. I don't care what fucking color you are. If you are not eating and you're struggling, eat with me. Let's struggle together then. Let's be a team.
So, I want Joe Biden to look this man in the eyes and tell him how great the economy is doing. The Democrats are delusional if they think it's a good idea to run on this economy. Inflation is eating any working class wage gain since Biden took office in 2021. Inflation has risen 20% while wages only 16%. Regular, everyday people are getting left behind working 2 or 3 jobs. No money, can't eat, can't make a dentist appointment, make too much to be assisted but not enough to live. Where many of us are stuck with a choice of working for a corporation or starving and our children starving. Can't get any of your relatives to watch the Wii One for a rare occasion because the whole family and everyone you know is at work, commuting to or from work, or is trying to recuperate after being at work all day. We are the most productive and overworked first world country. We produce the highest GDP by far, and the workers seem to never reap any of the benefits. Even if that might just be the very basic necessities of life are provided to you if you work, are a child, are a senior, or just a human. It's not hard to figure out why your messaging is falling on unenthusiastic ears. Biden is hemorrhaging support in all sectors except maybe white educated suburbanites and really old people. But that is not going to win an election. This is so piss poor. The Democrats' effort to win this November is appalling. What is the strategy? Biden can barely speak coherently or at all. We have outright fascism at our doorstep. And the message is this economy is great. They want to protect the access to abortion and Trump bad. Biden is losing tons of support over his unyielding support for Israel. He will probably lose Michigan at this point for sure, possibly much of the Rust Belt because his economic message is not being lived by the vast majority of people living in America. What could Biden possibly do? He could run on FDR's second Bill of Rights.
This is from the Cap Times. We need to implement FDR's second Bill of Rights. Every day, everywhere, regular working people are struggling and fighting for their very existence. It's not a left or right political issue. As an American, I was sold a bill of lading on the American dream, that I too could succeed if I worked hard and paid my dues. But for too many Americans, this dream has slipped away. Not because of their doing, but because of policies designed to favor greed over hard work. Policies that bear no responsibility to the American worker, but rather to the greediest among us. I've always believed that the strength of our country lies in the blood, sweat, and tears of the working class. A class whose dreams are simple: to send their child to college and not have to take out a second or third mortgage to do it. To have a good job and make enough to pay the bills and squirrel a little bit for a rainy day. To have a good home, to have medical care that doesn't bankrupt them, and finally to be able to retire comfortably, and at a more reasonable age, since that keeps getting pushed back further on us as well. These are modest dreams. They are indeed quite humble, but for far too many of us, these dreams are now unattainable. The cost of housing prevents younger generations from buying homes and starting families. The lack of good paying jobs is at epidemic levels because CEOs pay themselves millions and do little to ensure the success of companies. They'd rather ask for a government bailout than take responsibility for their failures. We have family farmers selling off their livelihood to obtain Medicaid insurance so they can receive the medical treatment they need. But then what? When they're healthy enough to return to farming, they can't, because they've sold everything in order to pay for just the medical care that they needed. The Supreme Court has decided that there is no right to public education in this country. And if an alarm isn't going off in your head, I'd be shocked. Because America has always been strongest when the middle class is strong. As I look through history, I'm reminded of the policies that helped create the strongest middle class our country has ever known. They are the policies of Franklin Delano Roosevelt. FDR's policies were designed to bring us out of the Great Depression and build a stronger and better America for tomorrow. Programs we take for granted were developed under his leadership. But what many of us have forgotten is something to which we must give our full attention now. FDR had a dream too. It's one that he announced to the world on January 11th, 1944. His dream was our dream, one that's become known as the Second Bill of Rights. The short version goes like this: Every American has the right to 1. A job, 2. An adequate wage and decent living, 3. A decent home, 4. Medical care, 5. Economic protection during sickness, accident, old age, or unemployment, and 6. A good education. FDR would die on April 12, 1945, not even a year and a half after he announced this dream to America and the rest of the world. Do you notice how I said the rest of the world? It's because after World War II ended, his acolytes helped rebuild France, Germany, Italy, Japan, and so forth. And to the people of these countries in charge of rebuilding their countries, these sounded like some pretty darn good ideas. In fact, all of those countries, in some way, shape, or form, adopted these policies, pieces within their new governments, constitutions, and laws. And today, politicians from both the right and left in America all like to use these countries as examples of what could be. FDR's Second Bill of Rights is something we desperately need to adopt in this country. Not only do they align with what working people want and need, they align with creating a brighter and stronger future for our country. America America today has slipped from the top 20 happiest rankings for the first time. President Jimmy Carter spoke of a crisis of confidence. In a speech, he stated the following: "It is a crisis that strikes at the very heart and soul and spirit of our nation, of our national will. We can see this crisis in the growing doubt about the meaning of our own lives and in the loss of unity of purpose for our nation." My point is, there is a line we can draw backwards from the happiness rating to Jimmy Carter's crisis of confidence, and finally to FDR's proposed second Bill of Rights. It's long past the time that we learned from past mistakes. And as Americans, we need to rally ourselves to a vision of the future that ensures a strong middle class. It's my humble working class belief that the future depends on implementing FDR's forgotten dream. Perhaps then the workers of this country will once again dare to dream too.